Let me begin by offering my thoughts, prayers, and condolences to those who have suffered from this horrific tragedy. At the same time, I also just want to share how inspired I've been by the Sikh community here and across the country as they've shown tremendous strength, faith, peace, and love in response to the horrific attack. And in that sense, as Ratanjit said, it allows the ability to move forward with more than what we had before. About 2 years ago, I had the opportunity to meet Ratanjit, a prominent member of this community. Ratanjit was the first Sikh who I had met and had a real conversation with. And I was greatly impressed with his humility and his spirituality. We were on a panel together that focused on the topic of embracing diversity. And what struck both Ratanjit and myself was the similarity of our thoughts and words and the shared history of oppression and sacrifice that the Sikh community and the Jewish community have in common. I want to share just briefly a few thoughts from the Jewish tradition that I shared at that time and I feel are appropriate today. In the Jewish tradition, it is understood that all human beings are a reflection of the divine. It's described in the Bible in the very beginning as human beings being created in the image of God. And of course, because human beings are created in the image of God, the next logical step is that it must be understood that every human life is of infinite value. And my tradition even extends this to say that to save a human life is to save an entire world, while to destroy a life is to destroy an entire world. At the same time, though, there is another important principle that must be taken into consideration in parallel with the belief that all human beings are a reflection of the divine. The Jewish tradition points out that when a human being makes something, for example, the example that's used in our tradition is if a human being was to make coins, you have one mold, and every coin looks the same. Right? But when God makes something, every human being comes out different. Right? They're all in the same image, in the image of God, a reflection of the divine, but each human being is different in their own way. That's the hallmark of being a reflection of the divine. It's to be different, to look different, to be unique. But of course, we humans have a hard time tolerating the difference that exists. We want human beings to believe the same thing and to look the same way. It's essential for us to recognize that we are all a reflection of the divine, and because of that, we are also different from each other. Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, a German Jewish scholar from the 19th century, illustrates this idea through a beautiful metaphor. He explains that the best way of understanding the notion that we are all different, yet at the same time all reflections of the divine, is through the symbol of a rainbow. I think it's an appropriate metaphor today as we've gone through a few days of rain and now the sun is finally shining. Rabbi Hirsch pointed out that while we see many colors, many different colors within a rainbow, in actuality they all stem from one source. A single ray of light becomes refracted into a great spectrum of color and beauty. Rabbi Hirsch argues that the rainbow represents the diversity of creation, a diversity that God is able to unite together into one common bond of peace. All fragments of one life, all refracted rays of the one God. And that even those that appear the most different are still part of that light. May the Sikh community continue to share its great light with us all. And may the light that we create together continue to grow brighter and brighter. Thank you.